Most of you wake up and go straight into reacting to life. You hit the snooze button, you check your phone, you scroll on social media, and before you know it, the day's running behind you instead of you running the day. I used to be one of those people until I changed my mornings. And let me tell you, these 3 simple habits completely turned my entire life around. So today I'm going to break down the exact 3 things you need to do every single morning to have more energy, more focus, and more success, because the way you start your day dictates everything. If you own your morning, you own your day. Your health, your money, your mindset, your relationships, all of it. Let me take you back to a time when my mornings were absolutely chaos. I'd wake up, pour a cup of coffee, I'd have it all set up. I'd sit there in my cozy couch, immediately checking my phone. I'd get hit with text, emails, social media notifications. My stress level, my cortisol started to spike immediately before I even got my day started. So I'd rush into my day, skipping breakfast, feeling behind, and wondering why I was always so damn overwhelmed. I thought I was working hard, right? Because that's what it takes to be successful, hard work. And there's a lot of truth to that. But in reality, I was just being reactive. And guess what? My business has suffered, my stress continued to skyrocket, and I was constantly feeling like I was just falling behind or just trying to catch up. I couldn't get ahead. Then, through some coaching, I made one decision that changed everything. I took control of my mornings. I stopped waking up and immediately reacting to life, and instead, I built a disciplined, intentional morning routine that set the tone for the entire day. So the first thing you need to do every single morning, you have to win your first hour. And what do I mean by that? This simple hour dictates everything. If you start it right, you gain momentum that carries you through the entire day. I talk about habits. I talk about stacking W's. This hour is time for you to stack as many W's as you can, because if you can start your day off with winning, the rest of the day is going to be changed. Here's how to win within your first hour. No phone for the first 60 minutes. Don't let your phone hijack your mind. I mean, we are inundated with social media. We're inundated with, they want your attention. They want to gain control of your mind instead of you being intentional about what your moves are for that day. So the next thing, I walk in, I weigh myself, take my little pee, then weigh myself. Then I start with my supplements. I hydrate my body immediately. Your body needs water after sleeping 7 to 8 hours. You are dehydrated when you wake up. Refill that. No caffeine. I don't do any caffeine the first 90 minutes of waking up. I want to hydrate. I want to replenish my body. That will help me stay more hydrated through the day because of the electrolytes. And then I go right into moving my body. So 5-10 minutes, I do a 5-minute meditation. I get into my breath. I get into myself. And then I do 5-10 minutes of stretching, walking, or mobility, whatever's going to fire you up. I personally do mobility right into the sauna and then cold plunge. And then I warm back up. And then once that process is done, once I've taken myself, then I get into my mindset prep and my GSD list. Journaling, reading, or sitting in silence before diving into the chaos, but usually it's my get shit done list once I've taken care of myself. I used to just roll out of bed, grab my phone, and then instantly feel overwhelmed. Instead, I get up, I drink a huge glass of water with my electrolytes, I start to move my body, and within minutes of doing that, I feel sharper, more awake, more control of my day. Morning habit 2, get in your body before in your head. This is where most people screw up. They wake up, they go straight into their heads, thinking about all the things they need to do and worrying about the day, stressing over emails, stressing over life. And instead, you need to get into your physical body. Why? Because movement equals momentum. Exercise. When I went to a brain clinic in 2014, I went to an inpatient brain clinic post leaving special operations. He showed me my cortisol spike. When you do something physical first thing in the morning, it crushes that cortisol for the day. So instead of it spiking and taking all day to come down, it literally drives that cortisol straight down, and you will be more stress-free throughout the day. So it releases endorphins, it's going to help increase your testosterone, and it just primes your whole body for the day. If you try it, you will notice that you feel differently in the days that you do it versus the days that you don't. You create discipline early. By pushing yourself in the morning, you set the tone for every decision after that. Success is built on discipline and consistency. Build it. And then, like the same thing with my cold plunge, it builds mental toughness. If I jump into a low 40 degrees, high 30 degree cold plunge first thing in the morning, I mean, that might be the hardest thing that I've done all that day. It forces you to step into that challenge mode instead of the comfort mode. For years, I thought I didn't have time for morning workout because I was building my businesses. And the reality is, when I was doing that, when I was waking up and jumping into my businesses and jumping into all this stuff that I wasn't being intentional, it was all reactive, my businesses weren't thriving. They just weren't. So when I finally committed to working out first thing in the morning or doing my morning routine, my energy shot through the roof, my focus improved, I stopped feeling sluggish, and I started winning my mornings instead of just surviving them and just getting through. This is absolutely crucial if you want to be successful. If you wake up and you are reacting to your day, you are just going to be reactive the rest of the day instead of being intentional. So, morning habit 3, plan your attack. And this plan really starts the night before. Instead of having a morning alarm, you really should have, which if you need a morning alarm, you need to do it. Set your nighttime alarm. Set your reverse alarm to where you're setting your alarm to when you have to go to bed. Non-negotiable, 9 p.m. What does that mean? Well, the kids, etc., whatever. Well, yeah, it means you have to plan your family. You have to get around putting your kids to bed so you and your wife can have time. And then write down your 3 biggest priorities. Most people wake up with zero structure and they let the day control them instead of controlling the day. You need to know exactly what needs to get done before you even sit down to do the work. This goes back into that preparation, being intentional. So write down your 3 biggest priorities, what you're going to get done the morning before. No more endless to-do lists. Pick 3 non-negotiables for that morning. Do your routine and knock those things out without distraction. Schedule the deep work in blocks. Block off your time for the most important work before distractions take over. This is how top-level CEOs, this is how the guys that are running 7, 8, 9-figure businesses, this is how they're doing it. It's all intentional. Review your goals and intentions. Remind yourself why you're doing this. The why is everything. When it gets really uncomfortable and you want to start choosing comfort over the discipline, over it, the why is going to bring you back. My why, the things that I'm building for my people, for my family, for my team, is more important than me staying in bed, more important than me getting distracted on some freaking Reels or TikTok or whatever. What I'm building is bigger than myself. For instance, when I started the Agoge, I was running around like a headless chicken, putting out fires all the time, constantly reacting, and I was just stressed to the gills. Same thing with Johnny Slicks and Core Medical. It was just constant reaction. It wasn't until I started planning my attack every single morning that things changed. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, I knew exactly what I needed to do. There was no guesswork, and I just executed like a machine. I got up, I had my list done I did night before. There was no guesswork. I had my morning routine. I knocked out my supplements, knocked out my BPN electrolytes, and then I just went right from there. Sauna, cold plunge, movement, etc. What happens when you do this again? Here's what happens. You do these 3 things every morning. Your entire life changes. Your mindset changes. You wake up feeling clear instead of chaotic. You build unstoppable momentum. You stop reacting and you start leading. Look, I'm not saying that this will be easy, by no means, because it won't. You just have to start one thing, create that habit. And I've made videos about habits in the past. Start that one habit and then start adding to it. Start habit stacking. But what I'm saying is it will be 100% worth it. When you own your morning, you really do own your day. And when you own your days, you own your months, you own your years, and you start owning your life. Now, Nick, what happens if I slip up? What if I mess up? Look, you're going to. It's just the way that it works. You're gonna mess up. You'll have days where you might oversleep, you miss a training program, forget to plan to your attack, life gets hectic. I get that. That's life. But here's the key. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week, which turns into a bad month. And at the end of the year, you're like, what the heck happened? The goal isn't to be perfect. It is to be consistent. Progress over perfection. Because success isn't about what you do once, it's about what you do every damn day. So guys, remember, no phone first hour, move your ass, plan your attack. And like the whole thing, diet starts Monday. No, the diet doesn't start Monday. Start tomorrow. Don't wait. Build the discipline now and watch how your entire life levels up. Drop a comment below with one of the habits that you're going to start doing tomorrow morning. I want to see it. Like any video if you got value for this. Share it with a friend. Hit that like button or punch it right in the face. And subscribe to this channel. And guys, remember, build the best mornings and you can build the best year of your lives. Remember, you are built by discipline and you are driven by purpose.